Okay, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through my suggestions for how you go about creating the Illustrator project. So in this case, we're going to create a set of 3 playing cards and just kind of walk you through the basics of how you might set that up. Again, this is just my way of doing it. It's not the only way. So if you find a different way that works for you, that's fantastic. There are a lot of people online who make great tutorials. I'm not the slickest YouTube creator, so you'll just have to kind of see if what I'm giving you will help you. But I will curate this to this specific project, and sometimes if you go out without knowing where you want to land, you'll end up looking at you'll just get lost looking for a million different options that are available in Illustrator. So first thing we'll do is figure out how to find Illustrator if we want to open it. So if you're on a Mac computer, this is the way you do it. If you're on a PC, it'll look a little different. So you go ahead and click on the Finder, and then you go in here under Applications, and it's all alphabetical. So you'll see all of them here usually, and you can go to Adobe Illustrator, and inside that folder is the actual application. So you can double click that and it'll open it up. And then you're going to have all these options for what you want to create, like how you want to get started. So for us, we want to go ahead and pick New File. So click there. And then it's going to ask you, well, what kind of file, what's your final destination? What kind of file do you want to make? Is it for web or saved or what? So you want to go ahead and pick print because we want this to be like high resolution. And then where it says over here, preset, go ahead and change that from points to inches just so we can figure out what we're doing here. And we just want to put in like 5 inches here, and then we want to go 7 inches high. So that's going to be about playing card size. A little bit bigger, but that's okay. Gives us a little bit better image. And we want to make sure we have the orientation be portrait. And then for artboards, let's go ahead and increase that up to 3 right here. So we're going to make 3 artboards since you're going to have 3 cards. That'll let you keep everything in one place in one file. Then ignore this stuff. Come down here to where the color mode is, and we want to pick CMYK color. We don't want it to say RGB because CMYK is the printer color. And if you look at things in RGB, your colors will be really bright and vibrant, and then when you go to print it out, it'll look dull and kind of garbagey. So CMYK is a better color mode to work in, just to kind of like head off the disappointment that you're gonna experience when you print something. It should give you a better preview, basically. And then for raster effects, make sure that says high, and then just click create. And you'll see now we have our Illustrator window open with the 3 files here. These are 3 artboards, and if you click over here on this tab under artboards, you can see which one's which and actually select them. But that's fine. So this is all set. We have it all set in the right size, the right color kind of mode and everything. So now what I always tell everyone to do is to save it, and saving files in Adobe products is really important. You want to know where you're putting it and what you're doing with your project, and where you save things is your responsibility, right? You need to keep track of it. You need to know where your things are at all times. You can't blame other people if they get lost. This is something you have to do. You have to take ownership of it. So up here where it says File, Save, we want to go to File, Save As instead of Save. So we just want to go to File, Save As. We're going to be very specific about where we put it, and Adobe will give you options to save it in the Creative Cloud, which you're welcome to do if that helps you. I always advise everyone to save things like physically on the computer. That's how I'll train you how to do it. You can put these things on thumb drives this way and port them around without needing like an Adobe Creative Cloud like ID on everything, but it's up to you. It's a great idea to save things in multiple places, but to start with, we're going to go to save on your computer, and it's going to bring up your dialog box. And so for this case, I'm going to put mine on my desktop just because it's easier. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to create a new folder now. So I'm going to, on the desktop right here, I'm going to make a new folder, and I'll call it okay, so AI Adobe Illustrator playing card project, right? Let's click create. And then I'll call this 01, because sometimes I use numbering because sometimes I do multiple versions. So 01 playing card, click save. It'll ask you all these things which you can kind of just ignore and click OK. And so now if I go to my desktop again, if I just kind of click off of this and close the window, look down here, you'll see that there it is, right? So I have my playing card file folder now that's available, and I can just put this onto a thumb drive and take it with me. I can put it on a web-based cloud server, whatever I want to do once I'm done working on it, but I at least know where it is. So, all right, so then within that folder, if I double click it, I'm going to want to go ahead and create another folder. So you can option click, or control click, I'm sorry, or you can click this little circle with 3 dots here and just make a new folder. And I call this like, anything I'm gonna like use, I try to put into this folder. So anything that you have that you want to dump in here now, like, so you could go to your photos and you could open that up and you could dump a whole bunch of photos in there if you wanted to. Whatever assets you want to keep, but it helps you keep everything like in one place. So I already did this over here, and I went ahead and just put in a one image that I'm going to use as like my sketch. So you would put your background sketch that you wanted to use in this folder. So once you've done that, then all of these the folders are here for you, and you can find them and you're able to use them. And now when we go back into Illustrator, we'll be able to start building the actual image itself. So that's the basic intro to how to get it going, set up the file correctly. I'll do some more tutorials that walk you through further steps.